What's up and good evening, guys? Welcome back to another video. Chris, take it away. You're filming now.
Almost done.
Oh, okay. Zach's working right now. Getting the CVs put in. Come on. Oh, fighting the CVs, but getting them put in. Come on.
Oh, you being me?
Yeah.
That's fine. So, you know, me and Zach were putting in the 9/16 bold out grade A, well, 1055 if you're talking metric. What is it?
Here's your problem.
Yeah, see, then this here thing you don't pulled out of the thing here. And then we got to put twice as much blaster waterproof marine grade grease as you would think you would put in, because if you don't put twice, then this here doohickey spagaggler don't go in far enough. You want it to get, that was exactly shown, that's how far it's supposed to go in. But if it don't go in that far, you're screwed. But that's okay, because we got, oh, Zach left me. All right, we don't got nothing then. This is the most important part if you're doing a lift kit here, is the Sylvania halogen. This is like rock lights, but this is how we used to do it back in my grandpappy's days. We'd use the Sylvania halogens for the rock lights. Worked just as effective though.
So we got our bracket back from Swift Powder Coat. This is the one that Zach had to kind of reshape because of the GM bracket that they welded onto the frame here. It was not at the same angle as the other side. So Zach made some super sweet altercations there. Swift Powder Coat repowder coated for us, and we are back in business.
You can't even tell, might I add.
That's right. That looks factory. Well done, Zach. Well done. Is this going to be permanent, or is this like...
No, that's...
I kind of like it, dude.
I call that speed tape.
Well, it's transparent, you know, some kind of...
1,000-mile-an-hour tape right there.
Dang. Well, we working on some hoses?
Yeah, I'm handling my hose right now.
All right, how's it going?
She's putting up a fight, but, you know, we gonna get her. She had us in the first half, but...
All right. Meanwhile, Chris has been steadily and slowly putting more and more stickers on Dedek's truck.
There's more?
Well, there's...
Apparently I'm sponsored by DB... Oh, wait. Hey, Zach, who's our random sponsor of the week this week?
Well, I need parts, so FMF, you got one of them stickers, slap that on there, or you wasted the Yoshimura sticker on your one thing.
I think we got more.
We're gonna get that sponsored.
Let's see what the mirror says. Hard Parts, Dirt Bike Kids.
Today's weekly sponsor is brought to you by Hard Parts by Dirt Bike Kids. Please sponsor us.
Yeah, that thing's big, bro.
Suspension on the KLX is way stiffer than on the CRF 110s, huh?
The rear.
Well, yeah, the rear.
Yeah, the rear. The front's like non-existent, and the rear's like, huh.
Look at this bad boy.
Grab the whole thing. Grab the swing arm and the handlebars.
Oh, man. Really?
What are you doing?
I don't know.
What the? Like,
Ow.
what are you doing? Bro, you're stuck in it.
That hurt, man.
What are you Jesus
God, I don't know.
That was the worst. You grab it by the swing arm, you hug it, and then you just walk it off. Dude, those stock bars are perfect for Zach. Damn, his is already modified. Woo!
Come on, baby.
So the only thing is the KLXs, for some reason, are still carbureted, not fuel injected like the CRFs. Dude, that's like the perfect size bike for Zach. Uh-oh, Chris doesn't want to feel left out. He won't hear you coming, Chris. Right.
Oh, they don't do the front ones.
Oh, you're trying to match the Pro Taper logo, huh? Look at that. We see what you're doing there.
Upper's got to match lowers, bro.
I'm with you. All right. So, you know, Zach works on my vehicles. I work on Zach's motorcycles. See? Fair trade.
So if I die, it's his fault.
Yeah, you put that on.
Well, if you die, it's my fault. So I thought it was just...
You got a good insurance policy?
When you got hit in the first truck, I'm like, oh shit, I killed Ryan.
That wasn't your fault. That was some moron that thought drinking and driving was a good idea. First mod for Zach's bike. Pro Taper bars. KLX. Boom. These are the same ones you're running, right? On the 110?
Yeah, I think so.
Woo, them bad boys are wide. I don't know why the KX or KLX 110 bars are so wide, but we'll trim these things down for our good buddy Zach. Go.
Can't do it.
We could cut it, but you think you got this, so keep going.
Give up.
You give up?
Oh, Zach's laughing at something different.
Don't scratch the bars, man. Damn it.
Whoa, hey, bro.
These bars are going bye-bye. Are they like molded into it?
Are they?
Yeah. You see what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
All right, Zach. Well, we did a great job for you here, buddy.
You can still put bars on.
There you go, Zach. We got you, buddy. We'll just put that bad boy right on there, and you'll never know. Come on, man. Do your job. You gotta hold the bars. Zach, these weren't very tight, man. It's a good thing we checked this. Safety first, buddy. All right, old bars are off. Chris, did you loosen up the throttle tube?
Of course
What are you doing over here?
Playing.
Oh, do we really need holes in the bar with plugs instead of zip ties?
Get it, Chris. Get it, Chris. Get it, Chris. Get.
I got the spot. These actually match the truck a little bit better here. There you go, buddy. See how much we need to cut these things. These are massive. Yeah, you gotta test it. Just have a seat.
Keep on sliding back.
Okay, fine, jeez.
There you go. Now have a seat. Careful, the bars aren't attached. Where you want them cut, buddy?
Like all
Yeah, you don't even need it all the way. Cut 3, line them up, you got it. Derek, you done yet? Fire that thing up.
Cool start.
Nice and easy here. Thanks, buddy. That's nice and close.
Whoa.
Did it. All right. Let's do a little cleaning up.
What the hell's that?
Listen, if Bryant wouldn't have not lost my original grinder that was here, even though he claims he didn't lose it, and then I had to buy another one, but I keep that one far away from this place because they go missing. We got to use Dedek's Antique with I'm not sure what you do with this end of it, but I don't know. Feels just as heavy, like it has a battery in it, but it won't turn on when you press the thing. We're ready for final assembly. Let's do this, Chris. Look at that. All right.
I don't do shit around here, goddamn.
There you go. Nice. All right, keep going. Go, go, go. Beautiful work, buddy. Beautiful work. Being that the starter button goes on here, they put a little nub on the backside there that's supposed to lock into a hole. As you will see here on the factory handlebars, there's a hole right there that this booger locks right on up into. So it was either grind this out smooth so it fits on the bars or drill a hole. Zach says he wants a hole, so we're drilling a hole for Zach. 3 hours later, we're gonna be through here. Nice firm pressure, Christopher, nice firm pressure. Now I bet you guys thought you were tuning in to watch like, you know, Zach do some work. You didn't know he was getting 2 idiots motorcycle garage tonight. Look at that. Most important test, Chris, you gotta go test wheelie it. Taking off the unimportant grip
I don't know.
just to prove that you can.
Because this shock mount's really pissing me off. So.
So you're just taking a break? All right. Tahoe's getting done tonight, guys.
Standing here so he doesn't roll back and smack his head off the hitch or something.
Are you gonna catch him?
Yeah.
Are you impressed with our work? That's a yeah. That's a yeah. Did we do a good job, buddy?
Yeah, you did great.
All right, we certified?
Yes.
Nice. Chris, we're certified. Oh look, you already got a job?
Dang, man, you let him put a set of bars on. Look at him. He's a mechanic now.
All right, Jocelyn, we're making good progress here. We got a replacement bolt for the one that somehow went missing in the shop. So that's step 1 to getting the rear finished. Then we got Wes over here pulling off the spring off of the factory strut to put it on the new McGoy strut, which is over there. We've already got this one done. Being that this is a 7 to 9 inch kit, you could set these at your different heights here. We currently have it set at 7 inches because we don't want this thing obnoxiously tall because Mama Rhino still has to be able to get up into it. Hopefully we clear the 35s without any major trimming or rubbing. If we don't, then we're gonna incrementally raise this thing a little bit taller. This is always sketchy. You got your strut compressor right there.
AutoZone special right there.
Yeah, the AutoZone rental right there. So we got to compress those springs and hope nothing goes flying off and takes anybody's eye off, especially when you get your socket stuck.
Yeah.
So here you can see your collar where you set your different heights on the McGoy strut. Sketchy. I don't know if you guys can see how bent that is, but a lot of tension right there. Now that it's assembled, you release the clamps. And there we go. Wes is working on the other side, getting her all dialed in. It's almost done, y'all. We're getting close to put her on the ground, seeing just how high this thing sits. You know, just had to spend $1,000 at Uline to get a super sweet Uline rolling tool seat. I let those guys handle the easy stuff. I put together the hard stuff.
What do you have to say, Fern?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Fern, that was a week ago, man.
Whenever it airs. Great weekend. Barbecued a lot.
All right, here we go. Hold on. We'll go for the flip. All right, we just got to tighten her down. Test her out. Woo! Now we do some lift kit installs around here. The proper way. Oh yeah, there you go. But we don't really mess with the brakes. We don't do that. We save that for Zach. But you know, it's good for cleaning stuff.
Fun, buddy.
Well, you see, I have the super sweet battery tender for this truck. And then sometimes if I don't back up to it, I forget to plug it in. Well, there's a K20 in the way, I forget to plug it in. But there's good news. We've got a new product here that we want to try. Just so happens that this came into our lives today. Wes can tell you more about this.
Alright guys, so as you know, I was making jumper cables for a long time on the channel. Life gets busy and stuff, so I kind of took a break from it, and then I came across this company. They are a USA company, Polar Wire, and they make some really badass jumper cables.
I got you.
So these are pretty equivalent to what I was making, although these come with much bigger clamps that actually reach in tighter spots than the ones that I was making. They still do that heavy duty jumper inside the clamp. They're a little more flexible since they don't have that added sleeve over them to bond the cable together. But we're gonna go ahead and jumpstart.
It just so happens we actually need to try these out right now. But the cool thing is, being that Wes is out of the business, we found something just as good, if not a little bit better. But Wes has a discount code for you too.
Yes, I collaborated with them, let them know the situation that I was in with making them for you guys, and they gave me a 10% code to pass on to all the followers. And maybe in the future you will see a Work For It branded set of jumper cables available.
There'll be a link down in the description. And what's the code?
SoCal_6.2. They have all different sizes from 8 gauge to 1/0. Great for power sports, automotive, big trucks, heavy equipment. These giant clamps, they're small on the tip, so they fit right in there. As you can see, that's a little 1500 single battery, 20 feet of cable jump starting a big diesel engine like that. Who knows how long those have been dead, so quite a while.
All right, guys, the moment you've all been waiting for. We've got the K20 out of the way. We've got the BBB out of the way.
We got Wes's truck out of the way, even though it wasn't in the way. We're about to do the big unveiling of Mama Rhino's lifted Tahoe. Chris! Bring her out! Oh, all right, Chris can't get in the door.
My name came up a lot, it sounds.
All right, y'all, this build right here, this is our inspiration from our buddy Wes.
This is his style right here, Wes. What you think, dude?
Came out as expected, got the quality McGoy's lift, 26s, what's not to like?
Zach forgot. He ended up putting the rear lift kit on. He was supposed to leave that off. Zach, what happened? Oh, Zach says no.
He couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it? Yeah.
I was thinking about it and then was like, no.
No squatted?
Yeah, we just wanted to really fit in on the East Coast, so we was gonna squat it, throw it on some 26s with some rubber band tires. Shoot, I think we're done. I think Mama Rhino gonna like this. Nah, I'm just kidding. Mama Rhino ain't gonna like this. She don't like this style. She wants real rugged.
We need these 4-wheel parts, wheels, and tires on this bad boy. Zach, pull this crap off, man. Let's make this thing look good. All right.
This thing actually doesn't look horrible, though. I mean, this is not my style, but kind of got a cool look to it. Height-wise, though, the Tahoe sits at a really good height. It's gonna sit a little bit taller
Once it gets on the 35s, but not much. We got to get it this aggressive look, not these rubber band tire look.
But who knows? Maybe we'll throw some pink wheels on it, though. You know? Y'all ever heard that saying, just by luck? 6x139.7. We may or may not have the right lug pattern, or I should say we may or may not have the wrong lug pattern of these 4-wheel parts wheels.
2 3/4. Yeah, not even close.
These are forward look, 6x135.
So they give you F-150 wheels for a Chevy.
Hey, it's a good thing we put the 26s on. This is how it's gonna live. Oh, joy. Well, guess we're calling 4-wheel parts in the morning. This is what I get for trying to joke and make a funny thumbnail for the video, and then we were gonna swap and put the real tires on, but yeah, apparently we got sent the wrong lug pattern. So it's gonna live like this for a minute. All around, we're gonna be riding in the Donk.
If anybody got a F-150, got some 6x135s right here.
Well, I guess we're gonna pull this out. Pull Dedek's mess over there all the way in, and then we'll give him the rack back, and I'm sure he'll knock this thing out real quick. Good news is, though,
We got some Mishimoto's for it.
I mean, I'm kind of curious now to see Mama Rhino's reaction when this thing shows up still on the 26s.
Keep the back seat.
Oh, yeah. You preparing? That's what it's like to have a kid?
Yeah.
It's gonna be your mom-mobile? I mean, I honestly don't hate the look. It's not for me, but I don't hate the look. Let's see what she looks like outside. All right, now that I see it outside, that look ain't for me at all. That's Wes?
That is so Wes. Somebody buy his truck so we can build one of those.
All right, well, to add insult to injury, now we gotta push this thing back in. Go, 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 go!
Oh, this thing's light.
It's a lot lighter without the engine in it. All right, well, she gonna come back in the shop here to live a little bit longer until we get this whole wheel thing figured out. But there you guys go. There's a 1500 versus 2500, 7-inch versus 14-inch, give or take a couple inches.
Should we just keep it like this?
You should, man. Looks good.
All right.
We'll get some 35s for the 26s.
We'll be looking like Bryant. Well, let me know down in the comments, guys. Should we leave it like this, or what do you think? Or should we pull the rear springs out, squat it, you know, do that kind of thing? I don't know. Sky's the limit now. So many possibilities. But with that, we're gonna wrap up. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed already, please click the subscribe button now. They do not miss out on any future content. Don't forget to give this video a like, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workforapparel.com because if there's anything you want in this life, you gotta be willing to work for it. You guys are the best.
Roll the outro.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah.